In this video, I have my hands on in the friendly budget device available through T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile. Today we have the Revvl 6X 5G. So if you've been shopping for affordable 5G device, maybe you need to watch this video because I'm going to do unboxing, review the phone, show you some video games, performance, and give you so much information about this phone. So make sure always to subscribe to the channel and give me thumbs up to encourage me to upload more videos in the future. And this is Variety Stick. Without any further ado, let's find out. Now, if you like prepaid, no contract phone, Metro will offer you this phone if you just go sign up to Metro. Phone will be absolutely free, and this is a nice thing to see. A 5G device has reasonable specification, which is I'm going to cover later on in this video, but it's going to be absolutely free. Either you switch your number from different provider or start a new service. For the existing customer, if you are qualified for upgrade discount, this phone will cost you $109. Now let's take a quick look on the main specification, and let me begin with the display. Since this is a budget-friendly device, very affordable, you guys will expect IPS LCD, the size screen 6.5 inches. This phone has a thick bezel, screen-to-body ratio is going to be 80%, and the amount of PPI 269. The resolution will be 720, which is not high resolution, so I would say the display in this phone is not promising, and also no high refresh rate. Now for the operating system, the phone has the latest Android 13, and you guys will expect a pure stock Android because this phone made by Motorola. Moto like to go with stock operating system. Now for the hardware, starting with the chipset, we have MediaTek 6833 Dimensity 700. This processor should be able to give you decent performance, not for the people who want the phone for the heavy use. The processor is octa-core, and the GPU Mali G57. I'm going to test this GPU with some video games later on in this video. The phone also has 128 GB of internal memory, which is always plus, with 4 GB of RAM. Now for the camera, we have a triple camera on the back. The main sensor 50 megapixel, 2 for the depth and 2 for macro. So if you want to take portrait or macro pictures, that's why you have these 3 camera on this phone. On the back we have 8 megapixel, and by the way, the video capability for this phone on the front and the back will be 1080 at 30 fps. It's not something I like to see in phones in 2023, but it is what it is. Now for the battery, I believe the size will be decent, 4500, support 15 watt of quick charging. I would like to see 20 and 25 in 2023 as well, and this phone does not come with a charger. Now let me do a quick unboxing, have the first look and my first impression on the phone. So the box is very tiny, branded with T-Mobile, even though I believe this phone made by Moto, but this is specifically made for T-Mobile. You won't see this phone anywhere with any different provider except T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile because they are the same company. So let me go ahead and crack the sealing open. So nothing fancy in the box except the T-Mobile brand, as you guys can see. Let me just take this off, and we're supposed to see some manual instruction and charger. So let me go ahead and show you very quick what we have on this little box. C cable. Let me see if it's C to C or A to C. This is going to be A to C cable. So if you have an older wall adapter, that should be fine. And we have manual instruction, so nothing fancy. Let me go ahead and come back to the phone, and here we go. So by the way, this phone is painted with kind of silver grayish color, as you guys can see, with T-Mobile logo. The nice thing, it's matte finish. This is absolutely plastic, and by the way, the phone is water repellent, so the phone will take a splash of water. If we see the camera here, we're going to see 3 camera on the back, something similar to the iPhone look. So if you want something budget look similar to iPhone, maybe you need to consider this device. Let me go ahead and remove this screen protector, and there we go. Here is the phone. and we're gonna have also a fingerprint dedicated with the power key painted with this pink color, distinguish the power key from the rest of the key, which is nice touch in my opinion. Now the phone feel cheap in the hand. This is a plastic and it does not seem to me the phone feels a premium, but the phone look nice because the color and other touches that T-Mobile did to this device. Now I believe we have nothing else in the box except the SIM ejector tool, and as I said again, this phone does not come with charger, so you need to buy a charger by your own. So we're going to turn the phone on, start playing with the phone, test the phone, take some times, and come back with more details and information. So stay tuned and don't go away.
2,000 years later.
Now, after spending a little while with the phone, let me share my thought and what I believe about this phone. And let me kick off with the design and build construction. I feel the design is very boring. We have seen this before, and even the company, they're trying to do the phone to look from the back similar to iPhone. And the feel of the phone is cheap because this is a plastic. I like the color though. I like the fact also that the fingerprint distinguished color. And by the way, since we're talking about fingerprint, it does work good, but I feel sometimes you have to click and it vibrates so that way it unlocks. So if you want to touch, you have to touch because we have deeper groove here, as you guys can see on the fingerprint. So pretty much if you want to use the fingerprint, make sure you touch, you press the key completely so that way the fingerprint will respond. I like the fact the phone is splash proof. I don't like the thick puzzle as I said over here, but this is still a budget device, so I do not have much things to complain. The grip of the phone also is going to bother you a little bit because we have sharp edges over here. Other than that, I'm not really happy with the design and build of the phone, but the phone in general look decent. Now, regardless, when we talk about the display, about the high refresh rate, the screen quality in general is very weak. Brightness level is absolutely terrible. Even I have the phone on full brightness, I feel the phone is very dim, color not vivid, and the angle view is terrible. I believe I've seen phone with IPS LCD with much better quality than this phone, so the weakest thing on this device would be the display. If you like your screen to be vivid, high brightness level, I would highly recommend to stay away from this phone. Now for the operating system, as I said earlier, the phone uses Android 13, pure stock Android, and this is 100% stock Android because the phone does not have anything else besides Google application, text messages, Chrome camera application, something usually comes with any stock Android. Now maybe this for some people advantage, some other people disadvantage, especially we've seen Samsung with One UI offers so many options and features, which is some people like, some people dislike, but this phone offer great performance for the software that because it's not customized, nothing is added to it, and it does not take space for application games. A lot of people maybe they don't want to be in their phone. As you guys can see, we have just normal settings over here, quick toggles as usual, flashlight, don't disturb, airplane, nothing additional on this phone. So you hate it or not, I believe this is a plus for the phone. Now for the hardware and the chipset and the processor on the device, you guys now gonna expect the best performance for the chip, that because this is a budget chipset, MediaTek 6833 Dimensity 700. I'm not a big fan, but if you're willing to play some video games, 3D games, 2D games, and performance, I haven't noticed any problems. I was able to play Need for Speed with full frames, no drops. Temple Run, the same thing. So I do not have any issue with the processor, but if you are someone who wants to have multiple apps open in the background, so where you want to push the phone to the limit, I would say stay away and choose another device. But my general experience about the performance was decent, and you should be able to play and download games and social media applications with no issues. And since we're talking about downloading apps and games, this phone offers 128 gigabyte of internal storage, which is in my opinion a plenty of storage. 4 gigabyte of RAM in my opinion is a decent amount for a budget phone like the Revvl 6. Now for the battery performance, I'm not surprised that this phone could take you up to 12 hours screen on time after using the phone. The phone will charge within 2 hours to give you fully charged battery from 0% to 100%. As I said, I'm not satisfied with the speed, but it is what it is. So for the battery performance, this phone is great. Now, if you are a heavy user using the phone all day long, this phone will last you till the end of the day for one single charge. Probably if you are a normal user, this phone might last you 2 days, which is good in my opinion. Now for the camera, after taking pictures in different situations for the light, medium light, low light situation, outdoor, indoor, let me tell you, taking pictures when you have enough light, this camera will take stunning pictures. Also, I was very surprised with the quality of the front facing camera on this device. The ability for the back camera to give you up to 2x zoom and up to 10x zoom, but the picture will be cropped. So I don't have any problem taking pictures when I have enough lights. The problem starts when you have low light situation, and this camera struggle a lot. Even that this phone has option to take night vision pictures, but in my experience this did not help at all. The phone offer macro super slow motion for video, which is nice to see in a budget phone like this, and live focus pictures, which is only work on the back camera, does not work with the front facing camera. I was a little bit disappointed about this. Now, generally speaking, the camera is good if you're not taking pictures during the night or in the low light situation. Now, overall speaking, that depends on you if you want to pick this phone or not. If you're on a budget, you just want free phone, you don't really care, this phone is capable to give you the experience that you want. If you want to play video games, download social media application, you should be fine with good battery performance. Now, if you're looking into the camera and the screen quality, the design and the build, that's not something I recommend, and you can always consider different option if you are with Metro by T-Mobile and T-Mobile. I wish you guys find this video helpful. If it did, you can always encourage me, give me thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell, you'll be notified for all the future videos. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we will talk to you in the next video.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, gotta